talking about character, like, you're a veteran. So
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that. So like before Barndo,
Yeah.
you had life experience that kind of created who you are, and you bring that to our company. And like, it's always fun because you bring it with a level of get it done,
Yeah.
no matter what, but also this excellence. So talk a little bit about that, like, your time in the military and like how that impacted you. And
So I spent 24 years in aircraft maintenance is basically what it boils down to. I started out on C-130s. We called them trash haulers. Basically, they're slick wing. They take pallets and cargo from place to place, and that's where I kind of cut my teeth. And from then, I worked A-10s for a year, and that was great. It was awesome. Got to see stuff blow up. And then I had my chance to go to Germany, but I couldn't continue to work A-10s. And but they had 130s available, and got back on some trash haulers. And then I ended up in rescue units. And that's kind of where I really got my mentality of get it done. When you're in that rescue unit, your plane's up flying, doing training missions stuff. Next thing you know, that plane is on the ground. You're refueling it. You're checking it out, making sure, because the pilots got off the plane, ran inside to find out where they got to go, and they're coming back out in about half an hour, and you got to get that plane right back up. So it's a matter of, hey, this is broke. All right, get it done, get it fixed. So, because when they take off for a rescue mission, there are lives at stake. And when that plane goes up, anytime that plane goes up, there are lives at stake. At least in a minimum crew for a rescue, you're looking at 5-6 people, So if you touch that plane at any point in time, it's all about, what lives are on board. Now, this isn't as detrimental, but at the same time, if you kind of take that aspect into it, to sit there and be like, these are people's lives that are being put into this home, They've put all their life savings. They've done this. They've done that. Why not give them everything that they want to a point, obviously, But why not try and just make it the best every single time? To just when they walk into their house, they just go, "Yeah, I made the right decision."
right.
So why not? And then as far as Barndo goes, you can't put that plane up without a team. You can't rescue those people without a team. So how does a team come together? With everybody helping each other out. Okay. So if I'm helping this person out to get their home fixed, and I'm helping this person out to get their home fixed, I mean, what's an hour out of my day? I was supposed to go over here, but you know what? I can make that time up somewhere else and make it over here and everything else. Like, so bringing that team together, and which you and Ross have done, we've gotten key players in certain positions now that we're really kind of steamrolling now. Yeah. So when it gets to that point and that team really, really coincides together, we're like, you know what? I was supposed to go out here, but just another PM. I was supposed to go out here, but he needs help doing this. Let me take an hour out of my day to go help him. I don't know, hang a piece of piping, or hang a door, whatever it is. What's an hour out of my day to help this PM out so this house can be done and immaculate?
Well, you even alluded to the fact that you haul stuff too. So like even beyond just client expectations, like there's days where, the logistics of doing what we do is psychotic. There's a lot of people that look on and go, I'm going to do that too. And I hope they do.
Yeah.
And I hope they do it well. I love it. I love seeing people win. I love success. Yeah. But a lot of times people underestimate what's behind the scene, what is happening. So it's cool to look at it and say, hey, we build pretty much everywhere in South Carolina, a few limitations. Yep. We build almost the entire state of North Carolina with some limitations. Now we're in Eastern Tennessee, and it sounds good. But logistically, it's a nightmare sometimes. Oh, yeah. And so there's always something that someone has to grab and do, and like, it's just, sometimes it's just grabbing a trailer, hauling trusses. Trusses is a nightmare because, that's kind of our signature thing, and
so the
limited supply.
And the thing with trusses too is it's not so much just, getting them on the trailer, getting them there and getting them off and stuff like that. It's the process of from where you're at when you put them on that trailer to where you have to get. So when you get into that, it's all about safety. When I'm rolling 65, 70 miles, 80 miles, whatever it is, down the road, an hour, 80 miles an hour down the road, is everything behind me going to stay where it's at? That's the biggest point. You got these people with CDLs and they got the big straps and everything. No, we're doing this cargo straps. Cargo straps. We're doing this with ratchet straps, hefty duty ratchet straps. But at the same time, it's not a CDL. We're doing it in a 24 or a 20-foot trailer max, So if the truss is a little bit longer than that, or we got to stack up a little bit, it's a matter of safety.
Right.
So we were loading up one the other day. He's like, yeah, I got to go, 20 minutes down the way. But it's like, you know what? This one's stacked on here. Instead of putting our normal 3 or 4 on there, we're going to add a few more straps just because we've had a couple incidences where you take a turn and everything kind of gets jostled because the roads in South Carolina are awesome.
Well, it also depends on who's driving that truck because they made the mistake one time of asking me to deliver trusses to our Charleston area. And I'm a night owl, so I like to move at night. I have all the kids at home, so I'm like, I got responsibilities outside of that office, so I go home and get all my kids in bed and get them tucked into bed. And then normally, if I'm traveling, 80% of the time it's at night. So I get everybody in bed, kiss my wife goodbye, and then I hit the road. And so I'll never forget this. We loaded up this
Santa Claus just out the door.
Yeah, we loaded. Is that a play on my white beard, man?
I'm getting there.
Or my belly, which one? But we loaded this trailer up and strapped it down and all this stuff, and they're like, "Hey, it's here." Well, I show up at
dark 30.
10 o'clock at night.
Dark 30.
Hook up the trailer, and all of our company trucks are parked out here, and I'm like sandwiched in. It's pouring rain, monsoon, and I'm like, well, I guess I'll be better suited to go around the building. And then I tore the whole corner of the building off with the trailer.
I walked in the next day. I was like, what the hell happened?
And then I get going down the road and realize after that happened, and I'm like, I wasn't even so concerned because I could fix the building.
Right.
But my ego could be irreparable at this point. Like, I'm like, I done destroyed the building. Everybody in the company is going to be calling me in the morning going, what idiot hit the building? And then I get going down the interstate and I realize there's no trailer lights. The trailer, somebody had cut the line accidentally.
Awesome.
And I pull over, I call Mario, he didn't answer. I text him, I said, bro, there's no...
Oh, that was probably me.
No trailer lights. He goes, yeah, just ride the brakes. The brake lights work, just ride the brakes. I said, I can't ride the brakes, I'm on the interstate. And so, no, I get it, man. Like, moving that stuff, like, that's part of the logistics of... People don't know. They don't realize that because of what we do, it's not a mass-produced system.
Right.
It is a very niched system, and there's, we can only make as many trusses as we can make, and then we have to provide our own logistics because we're not just buying these off the shelf. It is a very custom, unique product. And so a lot goes into that. So when I say lightly, like, hey, you guys are snatching trusses around, doing stuff like that, like, it's a job. It's a task to make sure that stuff gets there. Not only that, but to deliver them on time.
Yeah, because sometimes they're about 3 or 4 hours away.
In time, right? Because 9 times out of 10, there's a crane on site waiting to fly them, especially on some of these massive ones we're building.
Oh, yeah.
And then you take into account that we're covering
the
20,000 square mile. I mean, like, it's a lot to accomplish. And so everybody just rolls their sleeves up inside the organization and gets it done. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to the Barndo Show podcast. If you're watching on YouTube or wherever you're listening to this content, hit subscribe so you don't miss an episode. And then be sure to check us out on all of our social media platforms at the Barndo Co. Super simple to find us. And then when you're ready to dive in a little more, maybe look around some of our available floor plan options or take a look at the gallery of our work, or maybe you're ready to connect with our team and explore what it looks like to build your dream barndominium, you can visit us online at thebarndoco.com.